Good morning, everyone. So in the last class, in the lecture, you would have learned about scalars and vectors and which quantities are scalars and which quantities are vectors. So today we'll do a problem. I call it understanding motion because we're going to find out velocity, we're going to find out acceleration, we're going to find out distance. So solving this problem will help us understand the difference between scalar and vector. So when at the end of the problem you'll realize why something is scalar and why something is a vector. So let's get on with the problem, and before I start let me just put this. We're going to solve this in SI units. So we're not going to have inches and foot, we're going to have meters. So let's say, I'll just write it here. So we're going to solve it in the standard SI system. And we'll solve all this from the basic first principles, okay? So before that, let's read out the problem. The acceleration of the particle is given. So let me write down whatever is given. The acceleration is given as minus 8 meter per second square. So the moment we see this, the acceleration is negative, we need to make a positive direction. We need to define a positive direction so that we know a negative direction. So let me define anything on the right side. And let's say this is my origin. This is my origin. And anything on the right is positive. And anything going towards the left is negative. So my acceleration vector is in this direction, towards the left side. I mean, if I stand towards the board, on the left side, the left of yours. And next they say, when x, or when the displacement is 20 meters, the time is 4 seconds. So, or I put it this way, when the time was 4 seconds, the displacement is 20 meters. So your time was 4 seconds. Your displacement is 20 meters. A represents acceleration. Yeah.
I just have a question. Is displacement the same as distance? Are
No.
they the same?
Yeah. In the last class, okay, displacement is a vector, distance is a scalar.
Okay.
So as we go ahead in the problem,
Gotcha.
you would realize that distance and displacement are different, and that's the exciting part of this problem. Okay, and we have one more information. It is displacement is 4 meters and the velocity is 16 meters per second. So let me write that down as well. Alright, so we have whatever is given. Now we need to know what we need to find. So the problem has two parts. The first part is they want us to know the time when the velocity was 0. So clearly the velocity when time was 0 is not 0 because they ask us the time when velocity is 0. So let me write it here. And the second part of the problem asks the velocity and the distance traveled when time was 11 seconds. So we need the velocity and the total distance when time was 11 seconds. Do notice that I'm not writing v comma x because x is my displacement and we are finding out total distance. So let's get on with the problem now. Let's start from the fundamentals, okay? We all know what displacement is. Displacement is the shortest distance between two paths or how far you have traveled. What is velocity? Velocity is how fast you're traveling, how fast you have traveled. So if I'm here, let's say this is x1 and at time 2 equal to 0. And if I walk here, let's say this is x2 and this is about 1 meter and I've taken 2 seconds. So I calculate my velocity as x2 that is my final position, minus my initial position where I was there, and the time I have traveled. I hope everyone's with me till now. Okay, so I could call this as the difference, and if you make t very, very small, let me call this as delta t. Let me call this as delta t, a small time difference. So now if I keep decreasing my delta t, you reach your differential equation, which is dx by dt. That is for very small increments of t. So your velocity is dx by dt. Can I use that board? So can I use that one?
Yeah, you can use any.
Okay. Okay, so we are at velocity is equal to dx by dt. I'll write it down here itself. So we know what acceleration is. Acceleration is how fast your velocity is changing. So on similar grounds, we have your velocity is dx by dt, and your acceleration is dv by dt. We want to remember this for all part of the problem. Okay, so now let's go back to what is given. It's given that the acceleration is minus 8 meter per second square. So the acceleration is minus 8, and there I just told you that acceleration is also dv by dt. So I write dv by dt. Okay. So I hope all of you know basic integration, or do I need to explain the integration part as well? Okay, so I go ahead with the integration. I'll just write it this way. So my dv is minus 8 dt, and I integrate. Now, how do we know whether we want to apply definite integrals or whether we want to apply indefinite integrals? Clearly, we don't have any relation here between, look at a given condition. We don't have anything which says when t is this, v is this. So we don't have that relation at all. We have between, when t is 4 seconds, we have displacement as 20, but we don't have what is the velocity when t is 4, or here either way. So clearly we cannot have a definite integral here because we don't have the conditions for it. So we do a simple integration, we get v is equal to minus 8t plus a c. Because it's indefinite integral, you have to put a constant of integration. As I said, we don't have any conditions, so we obviously, yeah.
I understand the concept of indefinite integral, but what happens if we don't put constant? Do we really have to put it? Or?
Okay. Do you know that integration and differential are like opposites of each other?
Yeah.
So if I have a function, if I differentiate it, let me write it here. Let's say I have a function f of t. If I differentiate this, I get acceleration. And if I integrate the acceleration expression, I get velocity. Stuff like that. Okay, and do you know the differentiation of a constant is 0?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's simple. We take this expression, just differentiate this.
Okay.
You get minus 8.
That's
Right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you have to put a constant because you don't, when you integrate, you don't incorporate the constant thing. When you differentiate, the constant goes off.
Okay.
Okay, so we are running short of time. So let me quickly summarize what we have done so far. From our very basic principles, we have figured out what the differential expression for velocity and acceleration. We have found out the expression for velocity. If you look, we need the velocity here, so we have found out the expression for velocity. So we have definitely found out one quantity. We know the acceleration of the system from the problem, so we know the acceleration. Now what we have to do is we have to find the distance, which we have not been able to do it in this class. We'll continue it in the next class. So far we know the acceleration given from the problem, and we worked out basic differentiation and we found the velocity. And in the next class, we'll find out the expression for displacement, and from that we'll find out distance. And once we solve the problem, you'll be clear on the difference between scalars and vector. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions? It was so clear that there are no questions. Yeah? No?
When we're solving a problem and we hand it in, are we gonna like lose points if we don't write down everything that's known and what we're looking for?
In your assignment problems or the
Yeah.
homework problems,
Yeah.
I would prefer that you write down the given, but well, I wouldn't reduce marks for
Oh.
that. Because if it's a long problem, then you're gonna get stuck, and then correcting yours, I'm gonna get stuck because I don't know where to find what.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.